Hello guys, how's everyone doing? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the Productive Quarantine series. My name is Sabine. I am a growth mindset mentor for millennial entrepreneurs, and I help all of my clients to really get over themselves when it comes to limiting beliefs, creating a clear vision for their business, and create productive habits to take action on building the business of their dreams. But as we are currently in quarantine, I felt like I really want to give you guys some tips depending on your profession and what you are doing, on things that you can do now being in quarantine with all of your extra time, and also especially to keep your mind productive and not having you go mentally insane from all of the time that you have to spend at home. So with that being said, let's just jump into my 21 tips on things that you can do right now being in quarantine. Because it's 21 tips, I'm not going to give you so much explanation for every single tip. That's basically why I have a whole podcast episode dedicated to this video. I will have the link to my podcast down in the description box, so if you want to hear more about the tips that I'm giving you right now, then just hop on over there and get more in-depth information. But let's now just really start with the productive work. I have my list right here. So my first tip for you is to create or to redo your website. As a business owner, it's really important that you have a professional, first impression for all of your potential clients online. So make sure that everything that you want your clients to see when they Google you is professionally set up on your website. And my next tip is about SEO. If you haven't heard about SEO, then I don't really know on which planet you're living, but SEO is really, really important for you to be found by your potential clients if they are just looking for a keyword and not necessarily for you. So make sure that you are on top of your game and that you know at least the most basic things when it comes to SEO. Now, my next tip is setting up your sales page. If you are an online entrepreneur and you are promoting your services on social media platforms, it is not guaranteed that people who are not following you on those platforms will find your service. So that's why while you are building your business, you should also really pay attention on having a very good selling, easy to read and understand and convincing sales page so that people outside of the social media platforms can also find you and buy from you. And this is basically linked to my next tip, which is having a sales strategy. Again, I'm also not going to talk too much about it. I have a lot more information on my podcast episode, but there's also tons and tons of free video content that you can watch on YouTube after this video that will help you create a really good sales strategy. And linked to that sales strategy is also your awareness strategy. Now, I feel like awareness strategies are severely underrated. So again, if you don't have one already, then what are you doing, girl? Go right now, watch a lot of videos again after this video and really figure out what you should be doing in order for you to increase your awareness, your reach, and find potentially more clients. Now, my next thing on productive work that you can do right now while you are in quarantine is to evaluate your expenses. Because especially if you are a new entrepreneur, then of course you're going to feel like, now I can invest in myself. Maybe you are subscribed to maybe too many of these monthly packages or different services that you can have online. So just rethink all of the subscriptions that you're having and make sure that you're really spending money on the things that will really move you forward right now and things that you can really max out right now. And that leads me to my next category, which is proactive work. So it's basically all of the things that you can do right now that will really help you improve your business and be much more successful on the long run. So the two categories that I have here, kind of subcategories under this one, is building new skills and also pre-creating content. But let's just start with the skills first. Because here's the thing, we are currently living in a world where everything is so fastly developing, almost like every day there is a new tool, there is a new sector, there is a new whatever that is basically going to be in high demand at some point. So you don't want to miss out on using that for your business, in order to make some money, maybe a side income, maybe a product, who knows, right? So what you really want to do here is you want to be up to date on the things that are happening. How I do that is I am subscribed to so many newsletters from different people in different sectors, in different professions. I personally really love this method. I've been doing that for years and it really works because it saves you so much time on having to research on those things. Because if people have a newsletter basically what they want to do is they want to prove that they know what they're doing, right? Their content that they're sharing with people is really up to date and really informative. And then my next tip is to join a mastermind. If you don't know what a mastermind is, then again, so much free content out there explaining it. And like I said, I also talk about it in my podcast episode. But basically the way I define a mastermind is it's like a group of people with different professions in different sectors, with a different amount of experience on their back, and they are basically in it for the same reason. So they want to take as much as they want to give. So in a mastermind, you support each other, you mastermind about different topics, and you really help to move your business to the next level. And then my next tip is about hiring a coach or a mentor. Having a mentor or a coach is gonna also save you money in the long run. Now, I know I just talked about expenses and, you being sure that your money is going to where it should be going. But if you are really serious about increasing a certain skill or improving yourself in a certain sector, then having a coach and having a mentor is basically not only going to save you time, it's also going to save you money. Because if you think about how much time you're spending researching something, trying to figure out if it's for you, trying to figure it out and if it's even going to work for you, and then evaluating if it has worked, all of this time is going to be quite expensive. Because if you calculate how much time you are spending and then comparing it with your hourly rate on how much you would make with a client, and then if you compare that to how much you would pay an absolute expert who can tell you all of the things that you can do to really take your business to the next level in just 1 hour a week, then you know what I mean. Then you will understand that a coach or a mentor is definitely going to save you time and money on the long run. And then my next tip is not so much related to building a skill, but I didn't really know where else to put it, and that is doing your taxes. Because you know that at least once a year you have to do your annual income, and also you have to do your VAT statement a couple of times a year, depending on what you've agreed. So you know that doing your taxes is also very time consuming. And if you don't have an accountant, then you know that it's not only time consuming, but it's also very stressful. So do yourself the favor and always maybe like weekly or at least monthly sit down and do your taxes already beforehand. The next subcategory is pre-creating your content. If you are anything like me, then you are promoting your services online, whether it be YouTube or a podcast or Facebook or Instagram, it doesn't really matter. But it basically means that you are providing content online, whether it being visual, any sort of pictures or videos or IGTVs, or you have like also written content, captions, blog articles, newsletters, whatever. All of those things can pre-create it in advance. So just try to now use your time and have those things ready in the future when you need it based on your schedule. If you are a YouTuber or a podcaster, I will have videos coming up also on this topic, so stay tuned. Like I said, subscribe if you think that this productive quarantine series is going to help you, and I will give you more tips, like I said, if you are a podcaster or some other kind of content creator in upcoming videos. And now my final category is the busy work. The work that we love to do, to keep ourselves busy, to think that we're being productive, when essentially we're just kind of killing time in order for us to feel good about ourselves and working in our business, right? And one of those things is all about your brand. It just takes so much time. It's so unnecessary to spend so much time beforehand on that, because while you are working on your business, you will get to know your business better. You will get to know yourself better and what you like. You will come across different designs, different fonts, color codes, and color mixing. So I feel like don't do that at the beginning, but now that you have this extra time, I think if you really haven't set that professional, cohesive look, now is definitely a good time to do that. So sit down right now, get this kind of, or create this kind of design book for yourself. Point down all of the fonts that you're using, point down all of the style that you're using, the image or like the vibe that you want to give away with your content, and then try to apply that to all of your future content. You also want to make sure, if you are on several platforms at the same time, that you also have like the same profile picture everywhere, that you have like the same cover images everywhere. Now, my final tip is about cleaning out your inbox. I know I just told you to subscribe to a lot of newsletters so you will be up to date, but at the same time, I feel like we also subscribe to so many newsletters. Like, the easiest way you can tell if you are subscribed to too many newsletters is by checking, are you actually opening the emails that are in your inbox? Are you moving into the read later, do later category? If that's the case, then you're probably not going to read them anyway, so you might just as well unsubscribe and give somebody else a chance to land in your inbox. And that was my last tip, so I really hope that you learned something from this video. Let me know down in the comment section below what you've learned. I would really love to know. And if you want to know more about me, like I said, my name is Sabine. I am a growth mindset mentor for millennial entrepreneurs. I talk a lot about that topic on Instagram, and like I said, also in my podcast. I will have everything down in the description box. And like I said, if you are a freelancer, a podcaster, a YouTuber, and whatever else that comes to my mind, then definitely click on those videos that will pop up once the videos have been uploaded, and you will find out more on how you can use your quarantine productively. That's pretty much it. Subscribe if you want to learn more, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye guys.